Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your June reading. So I've meditated and pre-laid the first layer of cards, and what I've got for you is in the underlying energy. That means that what we're going to talk about or what you've lived in the past. I have the Two of Wands, the High Priestess, and these two came out together, Ace of Coins and the Sun. So here we're talking about Two of Wands is taking a decision. We're a bit lord of our domain at this stage. We've grasped that Ace of Wands that the universe sent us, and here we're at a cross point where, like, this wand is tied to the ground and this one has the globe on it. So are we going to stay in our comfort zone, or are we going to go upon the world, out of our comfort zone, conquering more? So that is kind of the decision that this character has to take here. And this decision, you're going within. You're going within to listen to your intuition, listen to what your soul wants to tell you, going in your unconscious. We had the full moon in Scorpio, so that must have affected a lot. As what I see after, it affected you a lot. It showed you parts of yourselves that maybe in the way maybe that you would stay in your comfort zone even if it's uncomfortable, or how you project yourself into the world. And there is going to be illumination here, and we are talking also about the inner child, about here Ace of Pentacle. Ace of Pentacle is there again, offered by the divine, but it's everything that is solid in a sense of our five senses. The pinnacle, the concrete of our world, so how to manifest and bring things into the concrete of what we feel, we see, we touch, we taste. So we hear. So in the now. That's why I say it affected you, because here we have the moon, and it was your full moon that really illuminated things in your unconscious. Because the moon here is a quest by itself. Here we have the crab coming out, the lobster coming out of the deep waters. Lobsters are in the bottom of the sea. So everything, the waters is everything that is unconscious in our emotions. So this is being brought up, and they can be shown a bit as your demons, like seeing them. And now it's a question of how you're going to manage them, facing them. You need to tame them. Tame them like the dog here is tamed, contrary to the wolf that howls at the moon, reacts to the demon, is in reaction mode instead of having dominance over them by understanding them, integrating them, and surpassing them. And so the moon being a quest is that you have to cross all of that path in that darkness, to cross those two pillars to get the illumination in the back there. And I think you're gonna get it, because here with the Ten of Swords, the 10 being the end of a cycle, yes, but there's an understanding with the Ten of Swords. It's the new dawn, from dark to light. When we go into the depth of the waters and we come up from there, it is the dawn, and we are at that level here. And if you look at his hand gesture, I don't know if you can see it there, the hand gesture that he's doing, I don't know if it's going to focus or not, but anyway, he's doing this, which means what you see is not all that there is. So that means that it's exactly talking about that notion that what we see in our hear, feel, touch, smell, whatever, is not all there is. There are factors acting on our reality that are not seen, and it's that understanding of that, because once you went through the Ten of Swords, you went under and went up. What is the High Priestess is ruling. She's ruling that underworld, that subconscious world, that place where our soul is trying to guide us, and that is obstructed or limited by our level of consciousness. So this is that rising, that understanding. And here with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords has that understanding in his hand, and he's going into action. So in the month of June, there is something you're going to understand in the way that you make decisions that is going to be brought light on. Maybe brought light on the type of opportunities you attracted from the universe. Maybe brought light on what exactly you want to live, which maybe wasn't what you were attracting, and understanding a bit the law of attraction through your quest. That full moon giving you that understanding. After that, I have the Queen of Cups. So water sign, that's you. It's your feminine side. It's how you feel things. Exactly what you attract towards you. Masculine being how we go out there, feminine how we attract, and we have the both inside of us anyway. But the Queen of Cups, she understands the value of what she has to offer, and that's why she has that most beautiful cup here. She's not giving it to anybody, but it's understanding the quality and the richness of your own heart and what it is made of. So that is the mastery of the cups at the Queen level. After that, I have the Three of Swords. So we're talking about heart pain and disappointments. So by going under, it's like if you have that understanding of how maybe you have created disappointments and heartbreak in your life. Because we have to understand that even if somebody else put the sword in there, in a way, everything is being co-created. So the only way to totally get power over our lives is to take full responsibility for everything that happens in our lives. So knowing that everything is a dynamic, everything is a mirror in a way of the space you have inside, or your capacity to receive, or what you're attracting is going to be mirrored back. Let's say like a relationship, which is the most obvious. It can be in love or in friendship or whatever. It's supposed to be equal like this. But if you lack self-esteem, there's no empty space in life. You're going to attract somebody that has a lot of self-esteem, therefore creating a disbalance. So maybe you're a lot of like maybe a narcissistic or something like that, you see, because of that disbalance. And that is on every level of our lives. So when you live something, it's always a reflection of something inside of you. There, when you take responsibility from it, you can go inside and see where it comes and have the illumination on it, and therefore stopping that karma. So there is that big reflection of the disappointments and the heartaches that you had in your life. That kind of mastering, understanding of that. In the future, we also have the Five of Pentacles, which is another energy of hardship in a sense, because it's being left out in the cold, not receiving what you are supposed to receive, either because you're blocking yourself, or by not believing that you deserve it, or whatever, or putting yourself in situation or with people that are not able to give it to you. But like these two people could easily go in there and be warm and taken care of, but they stay outside in the snow, in the cold. You see? So that's a dynamic, that's an energy. It's also a belief. If you believe that life treats you like that, that is exactly what you're going to create. So here we have two big dynamics that are being shown to you, and it has to do with your own emotional satisfaction. If we look at in a straight line, we have these: your soul, your unconscious ruler of the moon there, showing you how you value your heart and your capacity of emotional satisfaction, to drink from the cup of life, to be full. This character is not represented with a family and kids and all of that, because he is happy with himself. And that is very important to get to that stage, to be emotionally fulfilled within ourselves. Then what you have to share is an overflow, and you're going to receive people that are also not in lack but emotionally fulfilled. And we finish with the total understanding here. Ace of Swords. Under the deck, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So that is very air, but that is understanding, truths, clarity, decision, cutting out what is no longer needed. That's the power couple of straight out being mentally, not being mental, but being mentally very clear. So there is, and finishing with the Ace of Swords here, you're going to have this epiphany, this total clarity about that the dynamic in the month of June. And I think that is following the full moon in Scorpio we just had, that probably showed you a truth about yourself or about your dynamic. Let's clarify. Call upon spirit. I call upon the light. I call upon my guides. Help me clarify this reading for Scorpio. Help me clarify this reading for Scorpio. Okay, show me, talk to me about the High Priestess. What did the High Priestess talk about? What did the High Priestess talk about to Scorpio? That's a lot, but that's okay. Okay, so here we have the Page of Pentacles. So that is right after that ace there, where we grab and we take and what we're gonna do with it. So she's talking to you about offers, about how you go upon and planting your things. Here we have the Wounded Warrior. So she talks to you about, you know, how you had to fight to gain to where you are now, and how you are protecting yourself. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles with the High Priestess, since we're talking about the subconscious, we're talking about, you know, the Akashic records, we're talking about generational patterns, everything that is hidden but that acts in our reality, acts in the way we go upon planting our seeds, acts up in the way we interact with people. Probably you always had to fight your position or something. That's the wounded warrior. You were hurt. So this is what she talked to you about. Talk to me about the Prince of Swords here. After going through the moon in June, you're going through that, and the Ten of Swords. What is the Prince of Swords bringing? What is that understanding with his sword here? Talk to me about the Prince of Swords, Spirit. Okay, all right. We have the Empress. So, the Empress being the female archetype, all the queens, she's our creative side. She's abundance. She's unlimited love. She has no boundaries in the way she cares for others, and she nourishes, and it's like Mother Earth. She's giving everything, ruled by Venus. So here there's a lot of feminine archetype, because in the middle we do have you here, Queen of Cups. So in a way, it's like if you went inside to face your inner feminine side. Maybe she was wounded. Maybe it's something that's been carried from one generation to another. But it's now you have that understanding about her. Understanding to reestablish or to heal your feminine side. Maybe you're, see, because that's the complete opposite of abundance. That's lack. And it is a lack mentality also. And it's very easy to have a lack mentality. If you believe that you'll always have to struggle in life to gain a little bit, that is exactly what you're going to create, which wouldn't be the Empress. Because she doesn't have to do any effort. She attracts abundance super easily. So maybe you understand your dynamic with abundance. Show me the understanding of, because I think here your reading can be read like this. Your decisions, how you make your decisions in life. You went in with the full moon and understood how to create abundance in your life and not live the lack mentality here. And the High Priestess did talk to you, because this is abundance also. It's building your empire, but it's generational also. And here, with this, putting the light on the pentacle, exactly of how you live your life here. A lot of disappointments, but you're going to understand. See, like this, you're gonna understand how maybe you created your disappointments. Show me the Ace, whoops, the Ace of Swords. Show me the Ace of Swords. What did they understand? What are they going to understand? This being fluid, it could have happened to you yesterday, tomorrow, or at the end of the month. All right. So, here, that understanding. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles. So, we're really talking about the effects of the unconscious, subconscious on your concrete reality of your daily life here. Okay? There's a reassessment, trying to see clearly on how you've been investing in your life, where you've put your energy, and what came out of it. And here we have strength. And that strength is that alchemic transformation. The red lion is a symbol in alchemy for transmutation, transformation. It's that coming over of our animalistic side, the lion. That can be our ego, it can be our fears, it can be all of these things. And this is our higher self, connected with the universe, with that eternity sign here, knowing she can create absolutely anything. And she overcomes her animalistic side, the side that reacts instead of acting with consciousness, the side that would bark at the moon, the side that maybe, you know, has that belief inside that we don't get what we deserve, the side that is very extremely protected. So she's overcoming it, and he lets her open his mouth, because it's when our ego understands that our higher self is going to do better for us. So there's that lâcher prise, that letting go of the ego, and letting the place for the higher self to make the decisions in a more enlightened way. So that's big. That's very big. There's a lot of clarity that is going to come to you in the month of June. And maybe you had like a shock at first with what the moon tried to show you. Maybe you had it through dreams, you had it through intuition, or events in your life actually portrayed it to you, pushing you into that self-reflection. And you are going to digest this, integrate it, and understand it through the month of June. But you're gonna gain a magnificent clarity on it, and you're gonna be able to act with that clarity, having that couple right here, King of and Queen of Swords. Talk to me about that Nine of Cups here. Okay, there's a whole pack here, but the first one on top was the Two of Cups. So that is a mirror. Oh yeah, there's a lot of cards here, but that is a mirror, and that is also the capacity to share oneself with another in a healing manner. Not one drinking all the cup of the other and keeping his cup or whatever. But see, once we are emotionally fulfilled, we can share that with somebody that would be emotionally fulfilled like us. So that is actually, like, that understanding is going to change the dynamic of who you attract in your life, to have people that are more equal to the quality that you have to offer, because you will have understood how you could have created disappointment in your life. Therefore, by bringing the light on how you create things in your life, you will understand it, therefore being able to change that, overcome it, transmute it, by reassessing in the way you invest and put your energy in, and also get out of that lack mentality of being left out in the cold. That can be financially never having enough, always struggling, but it can also be emotionally being with people that don't give you back what you offer, not being in your full potential of attracting abundance towards you because of things that were in your unconscious. But during the month you're going in, you're understanding that you're going to go from dark to light, finishing a cycle of swords, mastering those swords after here with the little couple of swords. So that's a big leveling up for you, Scorpio. And maybe understanding how that dynamic could have been happening from generation to generation in your case. Looking at what your father or your mother lived, your grandparents, and how you could have repeated these things by having been transferred the same beliefs. Life is hard. You know, if you believe that, of course it's gonna be. So, my dear Scorpio, this is your reading for the month of June. You have a lot of work, but it's gonna be worth it, I assure you. Just accept to transmute, accept to change, and open your mind to receiving that information, because you're done with living these things if this resonates for you. So thank you for all your shares and comments, and I'm gonna wish you a beautiful month of June. I'll see you in July. Namaste. Bye bye.